So here's my new 18650 battery spot welder, which I've made for myself. Now let's just do a bit of the number crunching. This welder used to run at an actual voltage of 240 volts and consume 13 amp current. That current then was stepped up to 115 amp, which is a multiplying factor of 8.84. So the voltage, I did once measure it, I knew it would about around about 20, so the same multiplying factor applied to the voltage brings that voltage down to 27.1, which is about correct. Now I've measured the voltage on it now and we're getting 2.5 volts. Again, input voltage is 240 volts, which gives us 600 amps. So how was it made? Why was it made? It was made because I had a circuit board welder running off a 95 amp van battery, which seemed to do good welds, but after I'd run the battery for a week the welds started to fail, so they just weren't good enough. And now I've realised the ultimate test for a weld is when you pull on the nickel strip. If it tears, that's a good weld. If it doesn't tear, it's not a good weld. If you can pull it off and that nickel strip just doesn't tear, it's just not good enough. So how was this Clark melt, how was it made? I had the Clark welder. I'd bought another one, a larger capacity one, for £20 second hand. I can't remember if I paid £10 or £20 for this one, but you can certainly pick up these old arc welders now for around £20, because the new generation of welders has come out, so these are getting thrown away. So I did try to 18650 weld with it, but all it did was just make it just got warm to the touch, it didn't weld. So we've gone for a full modification, ripped out the secondary windings, which I thought they were copper, but unfortunately they're aluminium, copper coated aluminium. And the new secondary winding is 10mm copper, 10mm copper wound round twice. Out that comes. That will then terminated into some 10mm copper pipe. Oh no, sorry, 15mm copper pipe. Push it into some 15mm copper pipe, and then I push the prongs in out of my old circuit board welder, crush the copper pipe down in my vise, snapping the vise in the process, which is a damn shame. I shouldn't have used the vise like that. I should have hammered them flat with a lump hammer. And then I've electrical taped it, then put some shrink wrap tubing over it, and then covered the whole lot with bicycle inner tube. So let's look at the circuitry on the circuit. So we've got that's his new winding, that's his new secondary winding. The control circuitry is a 30 amp relay costing £6.88. Foot switch costing £7.25, and an XY-JO2 timer relay, incredibly hard to program, very complicated. I'm not actually fully there yet because I've got it working on the reverse side of the polarity, so but I've got to sort that out. It's something to do with the F1, F2 settings and how I even get there, but I've managed to program it for 3/10 of a second short. So that's it. We'll just show you how it that's the 5 amp power 5 amp power supply for the board, and mains power supply to the 30 amp relay, powered by the relay off the board. Right, bingo. That's ripped.